Right, now I'm going to look at ways you can strengthen your left hand technique. Well, one thing I've noticed about my hands and my fingers in general is when you move one finger independently on its own, others move as well. Like if you move your middle finger just like in towards your hand, this finger moves as well. So they're not fully independent of one another, and you really need to sort of strengthen your fingers so you can move them without other fingers moving as well, which might make you play a bum note or might mute a string so it sounds bad. So one way of improving your left hand technique that I got taught when I was in college once is that there's no point basically when you play guitar, when you play fast, of having your fingers like up here, you know, like you're playing a note and you've got them all sort of all over the place, you know. You need them really close to the fretboard. And one way of improving that and making sure that your hands are normally close to the fretboard and not like all over the place, an inch off the fretboard or whatever, is this technique that I got taught once. If you start off from just playing A at the on the 6th string on the 5th fret, and then fret your next four notes, sorry, with your 3 other strings chromatically, and then move down to the next string on the 5th fret, the D note, but keep these fingers in place and only move your first finger down, and then carry on so you get this kind of an effect. So basically you're only moving a finger when you need it, so you're keeping them fretted and only moving them when you need it. This will strengthen up all your fingers and also means you can play quicker as well, because you won't have your fingers half the fretboard. They'll be really right close to the strings when you need them. And it gives you that kind of a thing. You can do it quicker. You really need to start strengthening up your sort of left hand that you're going to be using. And one good way of doing this is these techniques I'm about to sort of show you. Basically, if you fret the D string at the 10th fret here, and finger this kind of a chord, it hasn't got any name, it's just 4 notes put together, and it doesn't matter if you strum all the strings or pick them, because we're just interested in the fingering at the moment. If you just hold it like that for now, but move your 1st and your 4th fingers round to this kind of position from here to here, this is the second part of the exercise, fingering it in this position. And then move your 2nd and 3rd fingers round to here, so they're from there to there. Then strum it or play it on an arpeggio. Then finally move your 1st and your 4th finger back round to here. So we've gone from this position to this position to this position to this position. So it goes. These are 4 good ways to strengthen your fingers when you combine them all together, because it gives you every fretted chord possibility basically on different frets on these 4 strings. So you have that one, that chord, and that chord. You might feel your fingers tightening up and strengthening whilst you're doing them. That's all good. But for those sort of crazy guitarists that want to stretch the fingers even more, try doing this. Again, start again at the 10th fret and fret the 1st chord that I showed you, but move your 1st finger down 1 to the 9th fret and your 4th finger up 1, so you have this kind of a stretch for this chord. and then move your first and your fourth finger around again like in last time, to here, to there, and again playing, keeping the second and the third the same. So you have this. So you go from here to here to here, back to here again. So you have that chord here, moving these round to the 9th and the 14th. Move your second and third finger around again. Then move these around again. These two fingers, your first and your fourth finger around again. You might feel your hand tightening. Don't overdo it because you don't want to pull a muscle or anything, but I can definitely feel my hand strengthening and also hurting, so don't overdo it. So those two techniques basically, here, of playing that kind of a position and moving it round, getting used to being in these awkward situations, and also keeping your fingers as close as you can to the fretboard, are all good left hand techniques that you need to employ basically.